Are you tired of hearing the same old financial advice that, let's be honest, just doesn't seem to cut it in today's economy? Good, because today we're breaking down a completely new professional approach to building wealth for 2026. Okay, let's dive right in. So this quote from financial experts really gets to the heart of a huge shift in thinking. Saving isn't a passive thing anymore, something you just do with whatever's left over at the end of the month. Nope. It's an active, deliberate strategy to make your money work a whole lot harder for you. And this is the core concept we're talking about, the strategic system. Now, don't worry, it's not some crazy complicated spreadsheet. Think of it more like a smart playbook for your money. It uses structure, a little bit of psychology, and some cool tech to turn your savings into a powerful wealth-building engine. Here's a quick look at our roadmap. We'll cover the new system and your savings hierarchy. Then we'll get into the mental models and tech that make it all happen. And we'll wrap up with a concrete plan you can put into action, like today. First up, let's talk about the strategic savings hierarchy. The whole idea here is simple but really powerful. You're going to give every single dollar you save a specific job. No more vague goals, every dollar has a clear mission. So, at the very bottom, the absolute foundation of your financial security is your automated emergency buffer. This is your non-negotiable safety net. It's that cushion that protects you when life throws one of its famous curveballs. So the big question is, how big does this buffer need to be? Well, the 2026 professional standard is still a solid 3 to 6 months of your essential living expenses. That's what you need to cover things like rent, food, and utilities if your income suddenly disappeared. Okay, so how do you actually build this thing? The secret sauce is automation. You use the pay yourself first principle by setting up an automatic direct deposit, let's say 10% of your paycheck, to go straight into a high-yield savings account. With rates hitting up to 5%, your money isn't just sitting there, it's actually growing and helping you fight off inflation. All right, once that foundation is solid, we move up to the mid-tier. This is where your sinking funds live. This is for those specific medium-term goals. Think a down payment on a house, a big vacation, or maybe a new car. Now, sinking funds work so well because of this awesome psychological trick called mental accounting. See, when you label a pot of money as your vacation fund or house money, your brain actually treats it differently. You're way less likely to raid that fund for some random impulse buy because, in your mind, it already has a job. It's a simple hack, but it is incredibly effective. And that brings us to the very top of the pyramid, the growth tier. This is where you build serious, long-term wealth for retirement, and it's all thanks to the incredible, almost magical power of compounding. Now listen up, because this is absolutely crucial. The number one action here is to capture your full employer match. If you don't, you're not just missing out, you are literally turning down free money. Financial pros actually call this negative saving, and it's probably the biggest unforced error you can make. From there, you can supercharge that growth with tax-advantaged accounts, like a Roth IRA, where your money can grow completely tax-free. Okay, so having the hierarchy is one thing, but how do you actually make it all work day to day? That's where we bring in these mental models. Because really, successful saving is about having a solid structure, not just hoping you have enough willpower. So as we go through these next models, I want you to ask yourself, which one of these really fits my personality? Because the best system in the world is useless if you don't actually stick with it. So let's find your fit. We're going to look at 3 of the most popular models. The 50-30-20 rule is fantastic for beginners who just want a simple, balanced structure. Then there's zero-based budgeting, which is perfect for anyone who wants to maximize every single dollar. And finally, values-based budgeting is great for avoiding that feeling of burnout by making sure you spend on what you truly love and cut back on the stuff you just kind of like. All right, now for the really fun part. Let's talk about how modern technology can make all of this almost effortless. Seriously, in 2026, a new wave of digital and AI tools can do most of the heavy lifting for you, building these powerful saving habits in the background. You'll hear this called invisible banking, and it's a total game changer. You've got Roundup apps that automatically invest your spare change from purchases. Then there's smart AI that can analyze your cash flow and automatically sweep any excess cash into your savings before you even notice it's there. Plus, AI-powered audits can hunt down and cancel those zombie subscriptions you forgot you were even paying for. And check this out. This shows you the power of a simple audit. Finding and canceling just $50 a month in services you don't even use anymore, that adds up to $600 a year. That's real money you can put toward your goals, all with just a few clicks. Phew, okay, we've covered a ton of ground, right? The hierarchy, the mental models, the tech. Now for the most important part. Let's put it all together with a practical, actionable plan that you can start using right away. Here it is, your 4 key steps. First, audit your spending every month. You can't improve what you don't measure, so you gotta know where your money is going. Second, automate everything immediately. Set up those recurring transfers for payday before you even have a chance to spend it. Third, hedge your savings yearly. Make sure your accounts are earning a good rate, at least 4%. If not, it's time to move that money. And fourth, buffer for inflation continuously. Just build a little 5% cushion into your budget to absorb rising costs without throwing you off track. And look, if you walk away with only one thing from this whole explainer, I really want it to be this. You have to shift your mindset. Your savings are not leftovers. They are a mandatory monthly expense, a bill you owe to your future self, just like your rent or your mortgage. That is the single most powerful change you can make. So I'll leave you with this question. After everything we've talked about, think about the very next dollar you save. Is it going to go toward that emergency buffer? Is it for a sinking fund for that dream vacation? Or is it headed for your growth tier? What is the first job you are going to give it? Because your strategic system starts right now.